Hello, so I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Learn with Asha, and in today's lecture I will be going through some questions from the Conscience book, and this particular video will be based on a new type of series, and it's for class 10 students where I will be solving some important questions, numericals from each of the chapters, so that later on the students of class 10 can get benefited from it. So starting off with the first question, as we can clearly see, the question states that the moment of a force of 20 Newton about a fixed point O is 10 Newton meter. So over here, this 20 Newton is my particular force, and this particular 10 Newton meter is my moment of force. So what I have to do, calculate the distance of the point O from the line of action of the force. So over here, I have to find the distance. So what I have to do further, so over here I will be writing off the formula for this, that is moment of force is written as force multiplied with the perpendicular distance from the center. Okay, so we already know that the moment of force is 10 Newton meters, so I will be writing 10 over here, which is equals to the force is 20 multiplied with the distance. I am stating it as small d. So what will be small d over here? It will be nothing but 10 divided by 20. 0 and 0 gets cut off. So it is half meter, to which we can also write 0.5 meter. So this was a very simple question and we had to just find the distance over here. Now moving on with another question, and in this particular question it has stated that a nut is opened by a wrench of length 25 centimeter. So the length of the wrench is 25 centimeter, and if the least force required is 10 Newton, find the moment of force needed to turn the nut. So basically, if you would have seen a wrench, we can clearly say that 25 centimeter act as the perpendicular distance from the axis. So in the same manner we will be doing the question, like moment of force is nothing but force multiplied with the distance. Okay, so over here the moment of force we have to find. Force is given as 10 multiplied with the distance is given as 25 centimeter. So most of the students make a mistake over here that they usually don't convert this centimeter into meter. So converting into meter is a must thing. So we will be dividing this 25 by 100. So 0 and 0 gets cut off. 5 times and 5 2 times. So this will be 5 divided by 2 Newton meter, or under decimal it will be 2.5 Newton meter. Now moving with another important question, and in this particular question they have stated us that a wheel of diameter 2 meter is shown. In the figure, this particular wheel is having a diameter of 2 meter. That means its radius will be 1 meter, which is just the half of its diameter. A force of F equals to 2 Newton is applied at B at this point in the direction shown in the figure. What we have to find out? We have to find out the calculate the moment of force about the center O and the point A. So first of all, in board examination we have to show some calculation. So we will be writing like the radius will be, it is nothing but the half of diameter, which is 1 meter. Okay. After that, if I have to find the moment of force at the center O, so what is the distance? The distance is 1 meter, equivalent to the radius. So in the first portion, I will be writing moment of force is equals to, it will be the force multiplied with the distance, which is nothing but 2 Newton meter. Usually in this type of questions where a diagram is given, we have to also provide the direction of this. So think in this manner, if I push or provide a force at this point, this circle will move in this direction. So if the circle is moving in this direction, that means it is behaving like a clock only. and we say that direction as clockwise. Then what about the second one? They are asking us the point A. So now we have to think in this manner. The force is being applied over here and the center is now being act as this A. Okay, so now what will be the distance? It will be equivalent to the diameter. So in the second part I will be doing moment of force is equals to 2 multiplied with 2, which is nothing but 4 Newton meter. What about its direction? So yes, same as that of the previous one, so we will be stating this as clockwise only. Now moving on with the next question, and these type of questions will be like a base question in which we will be understanding how to apply the techniques, and later on in the upcoming questions we will be using the same concept in a different manner. So what is the question over here? The diagram in the figure shows two forces. The two forces as F1 is equals to 5 Newton, F2 is equals to 3 Newton, acting at points A and B. So according to the diagram, F1 is shown in this and F2 is shown over here. And respectively of a rod pivoted at a point O, like the pivot or the axis is made at point O, such that OA, this whole distance is 2 meter according to the question, and this OB is 4 meter according to the question. So we have to find out the moment of force F1 about O. What is the moment of force due to this? So for F1 to act, we have to check where is the axis from that point. So from this point to this point. So how much distance is covered over here? It is 2 meter. So starting off with the first one, I will be writing as moment of force will be in the same manner force into the perpendicular distance. So that will be equivalent to the F1 force multiplied with the distance, which is 10, which is 10 Newton meter. Okay. Now what about its direction? So think in this manner. The force is going in this way. If there is an axis, it will rotate in this manner. Okay. If it is rotating in this manner, which is opposite to that of a clock, I will be writing the direction as anti-clockwise. So the direction for this one will be anti-clockwise. Then for the next one, they are asking us the moment of force F2 about O. Now we have to focus on F2. Now what is the distance till the axis? The whole distance is over here as 4 meter. So what I will be doing over here, in the same manner, I will be writing moment of force is equals to, what was the value of F2? The value of F2 was 3 Newton multiplied with the distance, which is 4. It will be written as 12 Newton meter. Now what about its direction? So we can clearly see if this is the force and this is the axis, it will rotate in this manner. It is rotating in the same way as that of a clock. So I will be writing the direction as clockwise over here. As simple as that. Now there is another question over here, that total moment of the two forces about O. So foremost thing over here is that always remember that if there are multiple forces, and usually when the directions are opposite with each other, in that way we will be subtracting both the particular values, and if both of them or all the forces have the same direction, we will be simply adding them. Okay, so over here what will be the total moment of force? So I will be writing total moment of force is equals to, so the total moment of force will be, once this one is in anti-clockwise, this one is in clockwise, so I will be subtracting both these two. So bigger minus smaller, which is 12 minus 10, which is 2 Newton meter. This is the total moment of force. But what about its direction? So always remember that the value which has a greater magnitude, the same direction will come up over here. So if the magnitude among 12 and 10, the highest one is 12, what is the direction associated with it? It is clockwise. So I will be writing it will be in clockwise motion. Yes, moving on with another question. Over here we can see that two forces each of magnitude 10 Newton act vertically upwards and downwards respectively. Okay, so over here both the forces are of same magnitude, but the only difference over here is that one of the forces is acting upwards while the another force is acting downwards. Okay, at the two ends of A and B of a uniform rod of length 4 meter. The whole length of the rod is 4 meter. Usually students make mistake over here that if we complete the question which is pivoted at its midpoint as O. So the axis is at its midpoint. That means from the axis till point A the distance is 2 meter. Again from the axis till point B the distance is 2 meter. This is the important part over here. Remember that always distance must be calculated with respect to the axis only. So what I will be writing over here, I will be writing that OA is 2 meter and also OB is also 2 meter. They have asked us to determine the magnitude of the resultant moment of forces. What does resultant moment means? That means they are asking us the total moment of force. So either you can do it in one step if you are very much familiar or if you have done the practice in a well mannered way, or the other way is to find out moment of force for these two forces and then finding out the resultant one. So in terms of easiness, I am finding out the moment of force for both of them separately. So moment of force, let us suppose I am considering this as F1. So for F1 this will be what, 10 into 2, which is 20 Newton meter. So what about its direction? If you clearly see, it will rotate over here. Okay, if it is rotating over here, that means it is in clockwise direction. Okay, then for the next one, moment of force, if I am considering the next one as F2, okay, I am considering this as F2. Same manner only, 10 into the distance from the axis is 2 only, which is 20 Newton meter. What about its direction? It's still rotating in the same direction only, which is clockwise. So what I told you in the last question was that if both or all the forces are acting in the same direction, then the resultant will be its only sum. So I will be writing the resultant the resultant moment of force is nothing but 20 plus 20, which results in 40 Newton meter. And what will be its direction? As simple, clockwise only. Now let us consider the last question for this particular video set. And in this particular question they have given us the figure shows two forces. In this particular figure it is given that there are two forces, both are of equal magnitude but are in opposite directions, acting at as point A and B at a separation of 50 centimeter. The total distance between these two forces are 50 centimeter. So once again I am correcting you all that always consider that the distance will be taken from the axis point. Okay, so calculate the resultant moment of forces at point A. I have to calculate for A, then B, then O, and they have told us that O situated exactly at the middle of the two forces. That means if O is exactly at the same distance, so this will be 25 centimeter and this will be also 25 centimeter, same as that. Okay, we just need to be careful while solving the question. So I'm writing over here also now, OA is equals to OB, both are 25 centimeter. The important part to focus over here is that this particular is not in the SI unit. We need to convert that into SI unit. So converting it into SI unit will be 25 divided by 100, then it will be in meter. Now my question is simply over here. Okay, So what I have to do? So for that, I have to calculate the moment of force for A. So for A, if I am considering over here this one, separately they have asked for O and separately they have asked for B. So I have to choose this particular distance for A. Alright. If I am considering for O, my distance will be this one. Okay. In this particular way. So the moment of force of A is equals to, what is the force? 10. What is the distance? Sorry, 50 upon 100. So 0 cancels out. So my value will be 5 Newton meter. What about its direction? So it will rotate in clockwise manner. So it will be clockwise. Moving on with for B. So moment of force of B will be, B is also of same magnitude, same distance. 0 gets cancelled out, so that will be 5 Newton meter. What about its direction? Going in the clockwise only. So this will be also clockwise. And for the last one, for O, I have to consider both of these. Okay. So how to solve this in a simpler way? I can see that if I take OA clockwise, OB clockwise, both of them will be clockwise. Why doing it separately once again? I will directly do it in one line. That moment of force at O is given as, first of all, for the first one, 10 multiplied with 25 upon 100. Why? Because I am considering the distance from O now, plus 10 into 25 upon 100. Why plus? Because both of them were in the same direction. So 0 cuts out. This will be 2.5 plus 2.5, which is 5 Newton meter. Since they are getting add up, so the same direction, which is clockwise. Okay, see you in the next video.